Hi everybody, it's Deanna Nichols, doTERRA Blue Diamond. I'm here with your oil a day, and we're going to talk about white fur, which I forgot to grab. But it looks like a bottle of oil. That's kind of what it looks like. And white fur is a great oil to have in your collection because one of the most favorite things that I use white fur for is for respiratory stuff. It is wonderful for respiratory, and it is very gentle on the skin, so you don't have to worry. With some of the other respiratory oils, sometimes you worry about if it's going to be sensitive on the chest area, sensitive for small children, and white fur is not. I like to combine it with other oils and layer it with other oils. So layering is where you apply an oil and then you apply another oil in the same area. Okay, so I like to use white fur, lime, cardamom. Those are great ones to layer on the chest, and those are all great for kids. The only thing you want to be aware of with lime is to make sure you stay out of the sun on the area where it was applied, as with all citrus oils, okay? But white fur is great for respiratory. It's great for that post-nasal drip. When you got that drippy, runny nose, you can put a little bit right here, just a little dab, and that will help quite a bit. White fur is also really great for supporting a healthy inflammatory response. So if you just feel like you've got a big flare-up in your body and maybe it's irritating your back or it's irritating your shoulder, white fur is a great one to layer. Again, layering is a great skill to learn. Take several oils that are great separately, and instead of combining them together and changing what they are, you just layer them on one at a time on the area. So maybe if I had a shoulder that I really was kind of losing my range of motion a little bit, white fur would be a great one to put on there and kind of work it into the shoulder. Wintergreen would be a great one. Frankincense is always a good idea. And of course, things like Aromatouch and Deep Blue. So just get yourself a whole collection of oils and really think about how you can be layering some of these oils when you have an issue going on. So for respiratory stuff and for pain, both of those times are great opportunities to layer white fur. White fur is also a really great one to use for cleaning. As are several of the other tree oils, like Douglas fir is a good one, lemon is a good one, arbor vitae. And what you can do is you can take a little bit of the fractionated coconut oil or even a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. I like coconut oil a little bit better. And take some lemon oil and some white fur and use it as a furniture polish. A very small amount goes a long way. It's going to help protect your wood. It's going to help bring out the shine. And you don't have to worry about all those horrible, icky, toxic furniture polishes. When you're using those, you're breathing in these toxic fumes and you're absorbing them through your skin. And of course, everybody who touches the table is absorbing it through their skin later. And so we have much healthier ways that we can clean and preserve our wood. So that's another great way to use it. Another time that I've used white fur is if you've just like done a little bit too much and you find yourself kind of sore all over, a good thing to do is take a little bit of white fur, maybe 1 or 2 drops, and 1 or 2 drops of frankincense, and 1 or 2 drops of marjoram. Put it in some Epsom salts and just take a good soak in a hot tub. That's really important. You want to try to avoid putting the oil directly in the bath water because oil and water don't mix. So what you're going to find is that the essential oils are going to sit right on top of the water, and then heat and moisture drive the oils deeper. So if you happen to be lying on top of a little puddle of oil, you could really irritate that part of your skin. So just make sure that you mix it in something. I usually do Epsom salt. If I don't have Epsom salt on hand, I've used Himalayan salt. And if I didn't have any salt on hand, I just take a little bit of my body wash in my hand, put the oils in, and then put that in the water. You want to give the oil something to mix into first. Kristen is sharing that when her daughter got braces, she mixed the oils and put them on the jawline. She did white fur, lavender, and serenity. And yes, white fur would be great for any kind of dental pain. It's just really good at helping with that inflammatory response that your body naturally has when you're in some sort of pain. As far as the emotional benefits of white fur, I really like this oil. You know, a lot of times we find ourselves repeating some of the patterns of behavior of our family members, passing on through the generations. And that could be something like a pattern of scarcity mindset or poverty. It could be a pattern of hate. How many families do you know in history that they've just kind of passed on a hatred for a particular race or a particular religion, and that has gone down through their bloodline? It could be a pattern of just unforgiveness. You've heard of the Hatfields and the McCoys. I would say they passed on a pattern of unforgiveness in their family. And if you would like to be the one that breaks those generational patterns of negative behaviors and thoughts and emotions, it can start with you. And you can pass on a whole new set of healthy emotions and healthy behaviors to your family. And white fur is really great at helping you to break those generational patterns. Inhaling the oil and maybe stating some declarations about who you see yourself as becoming. So maybe stating to yourself, I give and receive unconditional love and forgiveness to everyone around me, and I set an example for my family. You could state declarations and maybe apply the oil over your heart. It's a great oil for respiratory and for breathing, as we mentioned, and it's great to support the heart. Emotions of the heart as well. And it's funny how that kind of works, isn't it? So if you really need to kind of break down some of that junk that you've stored up of unforgiveness or bitterness or anger or resentment, even negativity towards yourself, whatever that is, it's time to break those patterns, and white fur can be a really helpful tool. So I hope that you have learned something new. If you did, I would love for you to hit some sort of emoticon so to let people know. Lane has been sharing all kinds of hearts. I appreciate you, Lane. And also if you could share the video. And then just as Kristen and Linda and some others are doing here, who else? Oh, Lane shared some stuff too. Hey, Marcia. If you can share the some of your examples of ways that you like to use white fur. We've got a great diffuser blend idea down here. That's all super, super helpful. I don't know everything, and I don't have time to share everything about each oil, but we can learn a lot from each other. So if you'll share the video, share your comments, and share your emoticons, it'll really help us to get the word out and educate other people about the power of doTERRA essential oils. I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Shine on.